Hey guys, here's another video, and today I'll be talking about 5 reasons why I didn't enjoy Hyrule Warriors. Overall, it was a good game, but actually, just to clarify, when I say Hyrule Warriors, not the original one, I mean the newest one called Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Let me show you an image of that. Warriors of Calamity. Alright, let's go here. Alright, so this entire video is going to be about 5 reasons why I didn't like it. But I did like the game for overall. It's just in the end I didn't really enjoy it too much. But I did like the game, especially this character. His name's Soga. He's really cool in my opinion. But like when I talk about this game, I'm gonna make it sound bad because of the topic. But just to let you guys know, it was a pretty good game, and I do suggest you get it if you haven't played the original one. If you played the original one, then you might be a little bit weirded out. I'll get into that later. But it's a good game by itself. So going right into the game, number 5. So one of my reasons that I didn't really like this game too much was the gameplay. If you really enjoyed liking and liked the original game, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, then this game will be way different. So right here, you can already see it's like way more chaotic and stuff. And so then the main gameplay of this game is really just kind of fighting. Like as you can see here, there's like Link, and then there's like 50 guys. It's like right here, there's like one guy, and there's like 50, 60 guys, and he's beating all of them. Like it's cool, but it can get a little bit weird sometimes. And I do enjoy the game and all, but that's something that I can't really like that much sometimes. And it's just way different from Breath of the Wild, and I really like Breath of the Wild. So I was kind of expecting a Breath of the Wild type of game, but this is a lot different. I do like it in its own way, but it's not as fun, and it's not really what I expected. Coming in number 4 is voice acting issues. So right here, as you know, Link doesn't talk, so there's not really anything you can complain about that. They hired the same people for Daruk, Mipha, Urbosa, Revali. Also, you didn't really get to play as Revali. So, like a side note is, I didn't really like how you don't get to play as Revali, but that's not that big of a deal. Revali's the same actor. Zelda's the same actor. So and King Rome, I think. Yeah, like everyone's kind of the same actors. Though, so actually, I liked them in the first game. Oh yeah, Master Koga. I liked him. Everyone I really liked. It's just I like the voice acting. Mostly like the voice acting. But the reason why it's one of the things I don't like is really just the 3 characters they added. So they decided to hire 3 more people. Sorry, but I don't know the exact names of them. But the voice acting for Impa, Impa, Pura, and Robbie was just kind of annoying. Yeah, it's just. Impa I could handle a little bit. She's like right here. This girl. Not Zelda, this is Zelda, but the girl to the left of her. Wait. Well, from Zelda's point of view, the right of her. Yeah. Left of her. I'm just gonna say left of her. So right here, the girl to the left of her with like the eye thing, and she's not one of the knights. So yeah, her name's Impa, and I don't really like the voice acting that much for her. I guess I could handle it, but it does get kind of annoying sometimes. But the thing is, Robbie, he's also kind of annoying. Like the voice acting for him is also like the 3 Sheikah people are the voices are a little bit like really annoying sometimes. Impa I can handle. Yeah. Here's Impa right here. I can handle her voice, but it does get annoying. And then Robbie's also is really annoying. But then my main problem, it's like 70% of this entire problem with the voice acting, is from Pura. Like Pura, her voice is so annoying. Like literally, when they show cutscenes with her, I really want to skip the cutscenes because her voice is just extremely annoying. The first scene of her coming in that kind of ticked me off a little bit because, yeah, I'm not gonna show you to you guys, and I'm not gonna say what she said because it's gonna sound very annoying, and I'm not gonna try doing that. But trust me, it was very annoying. Like whenever she's talking, it gets pretty annoying because the way they voice her is just kind of. She sounds like she's supposed to be like a fierce. She's supposed to be some scientist, but then she sounds like a teenager girl, and it's just, yeah, her voice is so whiny and stuff. That's one of my main problems with this game. The voice acting for those 3 characters are not the greatest. Coming in at number 3, we have lots and lots of plot holes. So the main plot hole is that, like, the way it's supposed to go, sorry if I spoil this for anyone, but the way it's supposed to go in Breath of the Wild, you do things in a post-apocalyptic world, there you go, and so practically all the champions all die. They all, like, literally every single one of them kind of dies, except for a few characters, but practically all of them die. And the thing is, when they're about to die, some plot holes are these characters just like they randomly pop up from the future, save them, and they don't die. And then the king literally gets blasted by an ancient, a guardian. I'm not sure if you guys know who they are, but they literally shoot lasers. And so then they shot there's 4 of them, and like 4 or 5, and they shot a laser directly at him and hit him, and he's completely fine. That makes no sense. And then these characters went back in time, but when they went back in time, they just showed up. They did not really explain how they went back in time. And another thing is that the little guardian, this guy right here, the thing I'm putting my mouse on, yeah, okay. So right here, this little guardian right here, yep, right, this guy, like my main plot holes with that is that yes, they do show him like going to the future, so I can't understand why and how. The thing is, the way he got into the past and like went back in time, it's like this medallion, and the medallion hit, like the medallion reflected this like kind of energy light from Zelda's power and hit him, and then all of a sudden this portal just came on, and all of a sudden he just got up, ran, and jumped into the portal, and boom, he's back in time. So that made like no sense at all. And yeah, those are the main plot holes I had with that. Oh yeah, a few other things actually is there's a few monsters that should be way weaker than they are. Like moblins are like way stronger than they actually should be. So that's a few things. Next up, number 2, we have the second most main issue. Also, I'm going down the list on how important these issues are in my opinion. Alright, so right here, we got going back in time. Like, I was really excited for this game. I turned it on. First thing they showed was this little robot just finding a portal and going back in time. I kind of got a little bit annoyed when I saw that, because it's not another back in time game. Like, literally, that's like the solution for everything. These characters die, okay, let's go back in time. Like, Back to the Future, I'm not sure if you guys know that movie, it was a very popular movie. Back to the Future, that's one. I like that because it was kind of original. Back to the Future, Endgame, and like so many other games. And so then I don't understand why they have to go back in time, because it's really not needed. Well, the reason why they did go back in time is, like, I'll talk about that in number 1 spot for my most, like, worst thing about this game. So then going back in time is kind of just so repetitive and a little bit annoying, because all they had to do, this was originally supposed to be a prequel. Well, that's how the way they marketed the game is it being a prequel to the original game, which really was not a prequel. I'll get into that later. But for the most part, it was kind of a prequel. And so then all they needed to do was literally just have it take place during the prequel timeline. They did not need to have the Guardian go back in time. Maybe some people thought it would make no sense while they end up in the past, but in my opinion, it starts in the past. It's not really anything wrong with that, but I guess I can understand if they think that would be kind of weird. But the thing is, they start the game in the past. It's just not so back. It started like 100 years back, not 102 years back, which start where the prequel is. Well, not 102 exactly, but you kind of get what I'm trying to say. Like they still went back inside 100 years. It's just not as far back as what the prequel should take place in. So that's kind of, yeah, they just went back. The game starts at the end of the prequel, so they still went back in time. It still starts back then. It's just not as far. So that made kind of no sense to me. Again, I kind of hate the idea of going back in time. Again, those guys they're supposed to die. That's how that works. They're supposed to die, and then they're like ancestors or something just randomly pop out from the future and save them. That kind of got me a little bit annoyed. So coming in at number 1, this got me really annoyed actually. So coming in at number 1 is building off them, this little robot going back in time. These other guys just randomly showing up, go save them. It is literally no one dies. No one dies. So this is what happens. The way it's supposed to work. Well, they marketed this game like it was supposed to be a prequel, which it really isn't. It was more about like it's practically a new game. That's why in the start it said it's a good game if you haven't played the original one, because the way they marketed this is it's a prequel. They kind of said it was a prequel to the original game, but it really wasn't. It was kind of a prequel, but if someone were to ask me what this was, it's an alternate universe. Like literally, it's actually an alternate universe, because the way it's supposed to work, the champions get trapped in the divine beast. They all get killed. Link almost dies. He gets put in the Shrine of Resurrection, stays there for 100 years, gets up, defeats the Calamity. Everyone's still dead, but they kind of win. But in this, the dad dies, which does happen. And so I was kind of following along. The middle part of the game was amazing, but then the game kind of took a turn for the worse when the dad died. And that was good, because that does actually happen in the game, so I followed along with that. But then they were getting taken over by the Divine Beast. They were fighting the Water Blight, and then Mipha gets saved. I'm like, what? So I really did not understand that, and then Daru gets saved, and then every single person literally gets saved. So then everyone who's supposed to die doesn't die. The king gets blasted by like 5 guardians or something like that, and it turns out he's still completely fine. And so then in the end, they all work together and defeat Ganondorf. Actually, no, just Ganon, Calamity Ganon. And that's the end of it. They all work together, no one gets hurt, and they all win. That's not how that was supposed to work. Link's supposed to get hurt, almost die. Everyone else dies except for Zelda and a few others. Link wakes up 100 years, and then, yeah. But the way it works is no one gets hurt at all. And they all come together in the end and beat Ganon. That's not how that works. And you know what that's called? An alternate timeline. So that kind of got me annoyed. Like, the way they marketed this game, the entire time they marketed this game, all the trailers, they made it look so much like it was a prequel to the game. They kind of said it was a prequel. And so then, all they really did was just create an alternate timeline taking place during the prequel timeline. Like prequel time. It kind of made no sense, and I really did not like that, because I think they kind of knew people were going for the prequel. They really wanted to see the prequel, and that's why they marketed it like that, because they really knew, Nintendo kind of knew that people wanted to buy it because of the prequel part of it, and they didn't really want to see an alternate universe, so they marketed it like that, but then last second they turned it into an alternate universe. So that's kind of got me annoyed. So those are the 5 things that really got me annoyed. The gameplay part of it, that's kind of something that I put in number 5, because I can't think of much else. I really don't have much problems with the gameplay. It's just not the same like Breath of the Wild, so I have a little bit of issues with it, but it's mostly fun in that part. Voice acting, a little bit annoying, but I definitely can live with it. But everything from 3 and below was really kind of annoying, and I did not like that at all. But I don't want to end this video on a bad note, so I want to end it on a high note. And so then I just want to say that an amazing part of this game was they added someone named Soga. Oh yeah, and Master Koga was really funny. Yeah, I think Master Koga was done perfectly. The person they hired for his voice was completely on point. I feel like it made so much sense. Soga, the voice actor for him was great. I think he looked so cool, like this guy right here. I think he was one of the greatest parts of this game. The way they added a new Yuga clan member, where he has like double-bladed swords. I thought that was so cool. So there you go. I ended it on a high note. Overall, this game was pretty good. If you have played Breath of the Wild and you were expecting a prequel, well, in the middle, yeah, it was a prequel. But then they kind of took a turn where it turned into an alternate universe, and it did not. It's not a prequel. Like, it's really not a prequel. It's just an alternate timeline. Overall, it's a pretty good game. It's just the end part really kind of got me a little annoyed. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you guys play the game. And I kind of did not like it in some ways. Overall, I did like it, but those things I said, like 3 and below, really got me annoyed. And hopefully they don't annoy you, because I want you guys to enjoy the game. It's a well-made game, but it's just those things that I didn't like about the game. Hopefully you don't really feel that way, because I want you guys to enjoy the game, and you should probably check it out, because I did just talk about things I didn't like, but there are a lot of things I do like about the game. It's just a specific topic for this video, or things I didn't like. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe. See you guys another time. Goodbye.